Right, it's that time again, time for another solo overnight in the woods. And I'm thinking we do something I have not done before, and that's set up a base camp using my current military gear, but use live trees to do it. So on that note, let's get her done. All right, before we get too far down the trail, this is the final week. I'm gonna say it once again, this is the final week for the Corporals Corner stainless steel and carbon steel pour spout skillets with that classic removable handle. As a bonus, I'm gonna toss in 10 fixed handle skillets as well. Go to my description box, click on corporalscorner.com and check it out. And while you're there, don't forget to grab a Corporal's Corner skillet bag and patch. This is the final week for these bags as well. Once they're gone, they're gone. And then we're gonna announce something else. I'm not gonna give anything away, but trust me, you'll love it. Once again, corporalscorner.com. This is the final week for those skillets. Grab them while you can. That one right there. I'm actually digging this for a couple of reasons. One, because it's ready-made in the woods. It's right here. Second, most of the time when you use a poncho or a military style poncho, once you get your plow point configuration like this, or diamond plow point, you have to tie that hood to either an A-frame in the back or an X or to an existing tree to actually get it fully stretched like it is right here. That bend in that tree does it. And being held by that L7 stake, I mean, this thing's perfect. Now, we want one full step from the edge of our shelter for our fire pit or Dakota fire hole. We're not using the fire pit for any type of warmth. It's 95 degrees out here. It's hot. It's miserable. But I do want a cooking fire, and I want those coals to smoke and smolder to keep all these flies and mosquitoes away. You can already hear them and see them everywhere. So they're after all that salt on my skin. So getting a fire to smoke and smolder is going to keep them at bay. Hopefully that'll work out. So one full step. Right here. Now we have two choices. Start working on that Dakota fire hole, or walk around looking for some natural tinder sources we can use to light the fire. So I'm thinking we got about 5 or 6 hours of light left. Why not walk around now and get her done? Now, out here we have several things we can use. The one thing I have not shown you in a long time, if at all, is how to identify fat wood other than being on a live existing tree or a dead stump. Now looking out here, there's a lot of down dead debris. And the one thing that will catch your eye once you're trained is these weird looking dinosaur bone-ish types of wood. Usually that right there is some type of pine tree that's been there for probably a decade or more. And inside of it is sealed fat wood. We have a jackpot right here. We have a down tree right here that's split apart. And we have one right over here. Let's go ahead and grab this one here and drag it out of here and look at it a little bit closer. Now, the one thing that comes to mind every time I see one of these, and it sticks in my head, is the old fossilized whale bones they find out there like in the Sahara Desert. And yes, at one point that was underwater, and there was whale bones out there and dinosaur bones and fossils and things like that. But if you look at a picture on Google of whale bones, it looks just like this, like their vertebrae and spinal column and things like that. So another way to actually guarantee this is fat wood, other than picking it out in the distance, is to cut into it. And we're going to go ahead and find this branch, go to the lowest point, cut it right here, and look at it. We should see nice orange or red or purple color and smell that nice pine sol smell. Now you can see this right here is dried out. So what I want to do is actually find out where that fat wood resin actually begins or starts and stops. So let's go ahead and cut it right here and have a look at it. Look at that. Now we'll make some fat wood sticks. That we can process down later. All right, so far so good. We're looking outstanding. The next task at hand is to make some type of hanger for a bush pot or water bottle or canteen cup to be suspended over that Dakota fire hole and hang off of our bent sapling. To do that, we're going to treat this Y branch as a large L7 stake. Cut it about right here, and I want to say a good 2.5 to 3 feet down. We can take this end, place it over our bent stick, and actually put an L7 notch down here at the base and hang off our bush pot or water bottle, canteen cup, etc., and it will be suspended 100% above the fire. Once we're done, we can just remove the stick and let it cool off. And there you go. All you got to do is add a couple more notches along here. That way you can raise your cup up and down or accommodate a larger pot, and you'll be in business. As far as a water bottle goes, use some bank line or some bark like I did in some previous videos and actually make a bail for your bottle and hang it off there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, I'm thinking we light this fire pit and let the oxygen do its thing, get a nice bed of coals on here so we can do some cooking, because this was a long, exhausting day. So here we have Corporals Corner protein breakfast in a cup. 6 eggs and 4 pieces of bacon. Look at that. Completely cooked egg yolks. Yes, sir. A lot of things happening here, and it's gonna happen really quick. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 items that we're gonna drop starting in 3 weeks, all the way through the rest of the summer and fall. Then turn right around and go into the second phase for Christmas. And then the third phase is after the new year, into spring. And that should give me a good bead on what we're doing, and why we're doing it, and how much we need of this and how much of that. We're going to be restructuring the website, making a secondary website. Yeah, and that's going to be good too. There's going to be a lot of crying with that. But all I got to say is, you know, those that talked a big game and should have polished their pennies and bought up some websites, you know, but it's what it is. We'll all jump off that bridge when we come to it. Now let's go ahead and get out of here. With that, all the gear in my videos can be found in one spot. My website, corporalscorner.com. Now please do me that favor. Hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. As always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm going to catch you next time.